Thank you, everyone, and welcome to the beginning of our 40-day sadhana. I consider it as beginning now. The space comes alive in a different way. I don't know how to describe this, but this period of the year that the Divine chose for me to undergo that 40-day transformation is an amazing period. I didn't choose it. The Divine did. But I can begin to feel the energy when this period comes. It's a different kind of energy. It wraps me. One of the things that is instructive, important to note, is that this 40 days is like a portal to another world, another dimension, or rather, the other dimensions. During my 40-day period, of course you know that 40-day period didn't just happen at random. The Divine came through my voice, first of all. It purified the voice. That would have been on the 25th evening, which is tomorrow. It purified the voice in this incredible experience that I never had before. And then it started to instruct me randomly. And I was totally confused for the first week of the 40 days. Totally confused. But she constrained me to stay. She said, stay on that hill. The voice just came out so strong. So I couldn't do anything but stay. What can I do? This energy guided me for 2 years before, or rather almost 3 years before. What do I do? And I was marking exam papers for the school I was teaching in those days. I was held hostage. She cocooned me completely. Every time I got confused, she sent a little bit of information. So I know it's another world. And she wrapped everybody who was around me in that energy. Indescribable. She created a safe space. Only after the first week, over the end of the first week, did I get wind of what she was trying to do to me. But it was awesome. She instructed me in Guru Bhava, the getting into the consciousness of the Guru, using the outer Guru and coming into the inner Guru. It's called Guru Bhava, Guru consciousness. She began to instruct me in that in awesome ways, amazing ways. And whenever I couldn't understand something, she brought it from the outside to me. She used an instrument on the outside to give me the information. It was so incredible. Of course, she held me hostage, so I couldn't move out of this space, this room. Only at night I would walk out when everybody's asleep. And during the day, sometimes when I peep through the window and look, oh my God, everybody seemed to be moving in a different kind of energy. When I looked at it, I said, oh my God, this is amazing. And what is awesome is that everybody in this space complied. No matter what their thinking was before, they complied. So a field was created around this house. Oh my God. How can I describe that to you? It was a portal to another world, worlds. That's how I got all my instructions and information and connection. And then I realized that the human gurus are not just the gurus that I adored, Baba Nityananda and Muktananda. They were not ordinary human beings. They were extraordinary beings, so I felt their power. So that being said, I know it's difficult for some of you who are in the world and who love the Spirit and want to be a part of it with me. But I do believe that you can cocoon yourself as well, even though you're in the world. For me, it was different, but I learned to cocoon myself in the world. I learned to still carry this energy in the world. I learned to still master a profession and live in an extraordinary way in the secular world until I had enough and I gave it up. Not that I couldn't, I didn't love it in a way, but I lost the joy of mastering the physical world. I did enough. I got everything that I wanted from the physical world, the whole experience, because I wanted to master the secular world. I wanted to be on top of my profession. I wanted to learn how to channel this extraordinary energy into the secular world, and I did. And when I felt accomplished, that's when I decided, okay, now I have all the experience of the material world, and I'm going to use it for the creation of what I do now, the Blue Star, as a vehicle for self-transformation and community service, and eco-consciousness, holistic consciousness and well-being. But during that time in the secular world, she protected me every step of the way. And every little wish that I had when I was growing up as a young student, she brought every wish to reality. Every little wish that I had. Not that I cared for it so much anymore, but she just brought it to me. And then I remember the words of the Christ. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all these things will be added on to you. That's how it was for me. So for those of you who are in the outer world, I know the experience. And one of the things I always wanted was that no one should tell me that I live in the clouds. Because I learned to live with my feet in the ground. It took me about 3 months after the 40 days, but I learned to live with my feet in the ground. My head still stays in the clouds, in the lokas, but my feet is firmly planted on the ground. I love every one of the senses, and I delight in them in the physical world. But I know the physical world is transitory. So like what the Christ says, don't lay your treasures on this earth. There is no treasure that I want from this earth. All my treasures are in the inner space, where nothing can touch it. So in the outer world, certainly you can cocoon yourself. You can create a shield, an envelope that can hold you. You can envelop yourself in this beautiful aura and move with that aura wherever you are. It's a beautiful sadhana because I always believe that if you really have the spiritual principles assimilated, that no matter where you are, it stays with you. Mantra can stay with you in the world. Driving your car, in a bus, in a train, the mantra can stay with you. And then the earth stays with you. The elements of nature around you. You can delight in them. When you walk in a relationship with the earth. When you breathe, you're in a relationship with the air. When you stay in the warmth of the sun, you're in a relationship with the sun. And light and heat. You're in a relationship with sound from the environment and space. You're in a relationship with water. There's moisture in the atmosphere. There's water in your body. You're conscious. So wherever you are, the universe is with you. God is with you. Intuition is with you. Every chakra is within you. Your connection to the inner world, to every loka is within you. And you can carry that in the world. And that's what I did when I was in the secular world. I lived in that consciousness. I am in a rolling mill of hot steel, high-powered, fast-producing steel. And I could stand there in a night shift and look and see the beauty of the industrial world with all its pollution. Oh my God. Steel melting and casting, and with all its pollution, I could see the beauty of energy. I never lost seeing beauty in the world. But I pray that we live close to nature and we'll learn from nature and don't think that we're greater than nature. We learn to fly observing nature. We learn to create things observing nature. But we have short-circuited everything. We think that we know when we know a little bit. A little knowledge is a dangerous thing. Absolute knowledge corrupts absolutely. That's secular knowledge. We think we know. He who thinks he knows, knows not. But he who knows that he knows not truly knows. So whilst in the secular world, maintain your sadhana. The mantra can help you. Little periods of meditation can help you. Just sitting for 15 minutes with your tea by yourself makes a difference. And then one of the most important things to me is the observer. I learned to observe my world. In every meeting that I had in the secular space, I learned to observe the energies of everybody, and always I was intuitive, working with everybody in harmony. It's a joy. So even now as I support this ashram in terms of management, I have to use all the principles of the secular world. But the secular world, though I have left it, it has never left me. And I absolutely love it. I love living in harmony with life. And though the world is a changing world, though things are transitory, though I have to demolish old buildings that are now not as useful as before, I have to change them. So I'm quick to change things because I understand that life is about change. I could not be limited to a small temple. I had to open up this, and when I go to our eco project, I'm going to open up to an even bigger temple in nature. Open to the elements. So in my consciousness, there is no difference between the spiritual and secular world. I had to grow into that. But that's my awareness. Being outside of this beautiful space, when I'm out in the world, I carry that with me because I can feel the vibrations of the outer world and I know what it's like. So I have to be armed every day with discipline. So I'm looking forward in these 40 days to help you with that. Help you how to stay in that cocoon, even as you're in the world. I know that all of you cannot come and spend 40 days with me. But I pray that you can come and spend even 1 week with me, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and be in the energy of this space so that when you go out there, you can actually feel that you are still in this space. So I want to wish all of us an amazing 40-day period. I am totally immersed in it. And I think this year is going to be one of the most incredible years I've done the 40 days. Because I have learned from everyone. And I'm looking forward to this year. Totally. So with that, I want to invite you to the days ahead. We're trying to give you all the information that you need. We're preparing the space as much as we can for you. And we look forward to your presence here. We look forward to your virtual connection. And of course, it's going to be a virtual experience as well as a physical experience. And of course, I would not be able to teach you virtually all the things that I can teach you here. And all the monitoring of your energy and personal instructions. I cannot give that to you virtually, but if you can come just for a short period, I'll be able to do that. Yeah? So I'm looking forward to that. Again, I invite you to the period, and we look forward to tomorrow evening here. It's going to start at 4 or 4 p.m. I try to facilitate those of you who are in Europe and further, that you can also enjoy or be inspired by the session tomorrow. But tomorrow is the invocation of the Guru's energy. I told you that in the 40 days, she was taking me into the Guru consciousness, Guru power. So tomorrow I'm going to invoke that process in this space in our beginning. Satsang. Looking forward to that very much. So have a beautiful Sunday, everyone, and all blessings for the 40 days. Namaskar.